Whoa! I never thought about that!
Okay, let's dive right into one of the great unsung mysteries of modern life. It's something you rely on literally every single day, but have you ever stopped to wonder how it actually works?
Just picture it. You're in your bedroom, maybe scrolling on your phone, streaming a movie, just relaxing in your own space.
And the source of all that internet goodness, that little box with the blinking lights, yeah, that's a room or two away. There are solid walls, doors, maybe even furniture between you and it.
And yet, it just works. The connection is there. The signal finds you. There are no wires, nothing you can see or hear. It's just on.
So, that's our big question for today. How on earth does Wi-Fi do that? Is it going through the walls, around them? Is this all just some kind of modern magic? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and it all starts with understanding what Wi-Fi really is.
To crack this case, we've got to get to the bottom of what we're even dealing with. So, what is a Wi-Fi signal anyway? And the answer is actually something you're super familiar with. Wi-Fi is just a specific type of radio wave. Yep, that's it. It's in the exact same family as the signals that bring music to your car radio or shows to your TV. It's not some new kind of physics, just a really clever way of using it.
You see, all of these invisible forces, from radio to microwaves, even the light we see, they're all part of what scientists call the electromagnetic spectrum. It's basically just a big chart of all the different energy waves that are constantly zipping through the world all around us.
So a good way to think about your router is like it's a tiny little radio station, broadcasting right from your living room. It's sending out that Wi-Fi signal in all directions, spreading through the air just like ripples when you drop a stone into a calm pond.
Okay, so if the signal is a wave, what happens when it slams into a solid object, like a wall? Well, it turns out the wave has a few clever tricks up its sleeve.
Right. So when a Wi-Fi wave hits a wall, it basically has three options. One, it can just pass right through it. That's called penetration. Two, it can bounce off the wall like a ball. That's reflection. Or three, it can actually bend around the edges, kind of like how water flows around a rock in a stream. That's called diffraction. Your signal's doing all three of these things at once to try and find its way to you.
But, as you've probably noticed at home, not all walls are the same, you know? Materials like wood, drywall, and glass are pretty easy for Wi-Fi waves to get through. But denser stuff like concrete, thick brick, or especially metal, well, those are way harder. They absorb or reflect more of the signal, which is exactly why your Wi-Fi might be terrible in the basement. You know, a great way to think about it is like shouting. If you're standing right next to someone, they hear you perfectly, right? Loud and clear. But if you're shouting from across a field and through a bunch of trees, your voice gets a lot fainter. It's the same idea. The Wi-Fi signal loses energy as it travels and as it gets absorbed by walls.
And this whole process feels so incredibly modern, but the basic science behind it, it actually has a surprisingly long history. The engineers who made Wi-Fi were really just standing on the shoulders of giants.
I mean, this all started way back in the 1800s, when a guy named Heinrich Hertz first proved these invisible waves were even real. Then, pioneers like Marconi figured out how to use them to send messages without any wires. It wasn't until the 1990s that engineers finally adapted all that science to create the Wi-Fi we know and love today, specifically for sending data around inside our homes.
So why does it still feel like magic? I think it's because our brains are just wired to trust what we can see. And Wi-Fi is the total opposite of that. It's invisible, it's silent, and it's everywhere. Think about it. Right now, these signals are passing through the walls, the furniture, and even right through your body, and you have no idea.
And here's one last absolutely amazing detail. The signal from your router doesn't just take one single path to your phone. Oh no, it takes hundreds. It's bouncing off every single surface in the room, creating this crazy, complex web of signals all arriving from different directions. Your device is smart enough to constantly analyze all these different echoes and just pick the strongest, clearest one to use. How cool is that?
So the next time you're in another room and your internet just works, you'll know the secret. It's not magic at all. It's more than 100 years of science and some seriously brilliant engineering creating invisible waves that are designed to perfectly navigate the world inside your home.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other parts of our daily lives are powered by this kind of incredible, invisible science? Let us know what piece of everyday magic you think we should break down for you next time. Until then, stay curious.
And that's just one tiny big question. Imagine what's next. Subscribe, and let's keep wondering.